Shannon Sharpe, you attempted to jinx me. And for all but the last 6 minutes of that football game, I thought that you had successfully done so. In all my years of rooting for various teams, I have never, ever been so worn out at the end of a game, especially an overtime game, because for so long it looked so bleak because Dak Prescott, my man, looked so shockingly bad. The pressure finally got to this kid, this fourth-round pick out of Mississippi State, this rookie quarterback playing the hardest position, arguably in the toughest spot to play it in Dallas, Texas, being the Cowboy quarterback. And all of a sudden last week, as we talked about on Undisputed, Tony Romo's almost ready. Tony Romo is running the scout team plays. Tony Romo is throwing a bye-week party for his teammates to say, come on back to my new palatial mansion and into my fold, because this is still my team. And I was poised to jump all over Jerry Jones right out of the box today and say, it's your fault, Jerry, for not naming Dak Prescott the starter for the rest of the year. And I was ready to say that only one Cowboy won last night, and that was Tony Romo. That's what I was ready to do, because talk about throwing something. Jim Schwartz, the Eagles coordinator, threw the kitchen sink at Dak Prescott. Blitzes, stunts, disguised coverages, and Dak went blind. Dak started to second guess himself. He started to double clutch. He started to throw off his back foot. He started to force the ball to Dez Bryant. I was out of my mind because I couldn't recognize the kid I had watched. He should have won all 6 of his first starts, but he was 5-1 at that point. He lost his accuracy. He lost his poise. He lost his way. And I'm saying, oh, great, on the eve of Halloween, he's going to turn back into a pumpkin, an analogy you sometimes use on this show. And I thought I was going to have a long week. When he threw the end zone interception into like triple coverage, I'm like, who are you and what are you doing? Then he throws another potential end zone interception, and Terrence Williams had the presence to commit an offensive interference just to break it up, because it's going to be intercepted in the end zone again, and you, Dak, are about to be done. And by the way, around Dak, the rest of the football team coming off a bye week looked like it had been off for a month, not a week, but a month. I couldn't recognize my team. Stupid penalty after blunder after 12 men on the field, block in the back. What are you doing? Who are you? This team that was on a roll, I started thinking maybe the bye week did come at a terrible time. And then it happened. Dak Prescott was at his best when he was at his worst. And I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like this before from this kind of kid on this stage. Because as we all know, 6:26 left in the football game in regulation, 1st and 10 from your 10-yard line, finally Scott Linehan decided, let's try one other thing. Let's go no huddle. Let's just speed it up. And all of a sudden, Dak started He quit thinking is what he started doing. He quit thinking, he quit second guessing, he quit double clutching, and he started to cut it loose. And in the first half, as you well know, he had failed to complete a pass to either Cole Beasley or to Jason Witten or to Terrence Williams. What? Those are your guys. You got to spread the ball. He started to spread the ball. Oh, Cole Beasley caught one, and he caught another one, and Terrence Williams caught one. Even Bryce Butler caught another one. And all of a sudden, here they went. Yet even the 22-yard pass to Dez Bryant that tied the score was a much better catch than it was a throw, because Dez just snatched it. And that ball might have been picked too. Yet I went from ready to throw up to throwing up the X at that point, because all of a sudden I'm sitting back thinking, I got a shot. Where did this come from? I have no idea. I had given up hope at that point, and then, of course, they win the overtime coin flip, and now it was time for the vintage Dak attack. This time, it goes 75 yards in 12 plays, and I got to tell you, the guts this kid showed, the resilience to bounce back from such a nightmare and turn it back into a fairy tale was some special, special stuff. And the team rose up around him, and he made plays with his legs. He had a quarterback sneak for a first down on 4th down that was all guts by the offensive line and glory by Dak. And in the end, I am astounded that Dak Prescott had his best game of the year in the midst of his worst game. And I am so happy and so relieved for Dak Prescott.